So things turning Arizona's way. Bottom 8, young ghhyuk facing Albert Pujols. Walks him to load the bases. Next up, it's Edmonds. Remember, he's already homered once. Did he get enough? Not quite. Danny Bautista camps under it, and Edmonds, no, he just missed it. Bottom 9, 2 on, 2 out. Pitcher spot due up. Tony La Russa needs a pinch hitter. Who do you go? Yep, you're on. Big Mac. He will step to the plate representing the winning run in the bottom of the 9th, facing Kim. And McGuire goes to third. Matt Williams issues over there, but gathers himself and makes the play to end the game.
김병현이 한국인 최초로 메이저리그 포스트시즌에 출전해 세이브를 기록했습니다.
How many times, as you look at the numbers during the regular season for Miguel Bautista, how many times do you see a pitcher?
And batting ninth, as you look at 16-game winner Darryl Kyle.
Darryl Kyle has had a revival of a career.
This has already played a prominent role in this series as Polanco starts it with a hit. So the Cardinals back in Arizona. Runner goes, Drew comes up empty, and Miller can't get really out. Best scoring chance of the night, drops one down. Third base side, the play by Bautista, out. Edmonds hits one into deep right center field. Back is Finley at the wall. 2-0 St. Louis. That is stroked deep into right field. Down the line, it is gone. A home run, Gonzalez. And the lead has been cut in half. It's 2-1. He hit.
Use a pinch runner or not?
A leadoff walk and a good start.
Keep Finley in the game.
Bunt is to Polanco. Fires to second, and they get Williams on the count. That's into left field. Trying to cut it off is Paquette. He will. It's first and third, one out. As Damian Miller gets a base hit. Lewis in the 7th. Colbrin, a player into left field. That's going to fall for a hit. In to score is Finley. Going to third is Miller. It's a 2-2 game, and the go-ahead run is 9. Double play ball. Mania comes home instead, and that's the second out of the inning. It's still tied. Count in his favor, and he hits one into deep right. Back into the corner. This ball is gone. 3-run home run Council. And a 5-2 Arizona lead here in the 7th.
Schilling and Randy Johnson open against Atlanta.
That's well hit down into the right field corner. It's got a chance. It is a home run. Renteria goes deep, and it's 5-3 in the 7th. For the Diamondbacks. Pujols walk. The bunt. Perfect. Oh, base hit. Wow. The tie in the ninth. Right down the middle. 2-2 to Cairo. Good start to the 8th inning for St. Runner going, hit and run, throw down to second, too late. Now the tying run is on for St. Louis, and Pujols will come to the plate. And it'll be Kim. And Young-Hun Kim, who was 5-6 with 19 saves and an ERA of just under 3, takes over. Albert Pujols will be the hitter, and Tony La Russa wants to figure out exactly where these guys are hitting. So with the double switch and with the change, Finley's out. Game 2, first inning, 1 on, 2 out against Randy Johnson, and a shot down the right field line to make it 2-0. The Cardinals won it behind Woody Williams. A final of 4-1. Now it's Pujols at the plate with the tying runs on. 2 out, 8th inning, 5-3 Arizona. Game 3 with the series tied at a game apiece. Ball 1.
Something else that you may consider, Batista now is the center fielder. He's been playing right the whole game. Steve Finley is the best center fielder on the Diamondbacks. So he could have weakened his defense with a double switch.
That's ball 2 with Jim Edmonds waiting on deck.
Right.
Team triple crown, first time for this Cardinal team since the early 70s when Ted Simmons did it. Rookies to lead their team at average home runs and RBIs. The last guy to do it was Piazza with the Dodgers in '93. Up on the count, 2-0. 3-0. Runners on at first and second, 2 out. And Pujols at the plate. Three and 1. Again, if Kim doesn't get Pujols, Jim Edmonds waits on deck. Gene Stechschulte gets loose for the Cardinals in their bullpen. Swindell still loosening for the Diamondbacks. Pujols walks and the bases are loaded. Now the Cardinals have Edmonds at the plate against the submarine-style right-hander. Left-handers typically see this type pitcher well. And Edmonds, who has already gone deep in this game and had 30 home runs during the regular season with 110 RBIs, bats and could tie it with a hit.
But the difference is too great. Edmonds batting about 80 points lower against left-handed pitching. Well, here's Bob Welch out to talk to him, however. There are so many things in this game to talk about for both managers, moves that have been made. Mike Morgan pitching around J.D. Drew, the potential tying run, not coming anywhere close to the strike zone. And now things are set up for Jim Edmonds against Kim. Edmonds, a .323 hitter against right-handers this year.
The runners on, bases loaded, 2 out, 5-3 Arizona. Jim Edmonds at the plate. Edmonds 0 for 2 in his career against this right-hander, Kim.
Kim falls behind, the better pitch Edmonds will have to hit.
Into right center field. He did not get it all, and that's Batista sliding. Lost his footing. Stayed up and made the catch, and the big threat after all that comes up empty. Edmonds knew it. Now we go to the ninth. We welcome you back. Game 3 of the division series between the Diamondbacks and Cardinals. Kerry Robinson leads off as a pinch hitter and takes a strike. Robinson, then Renteria, then Matheny's spot. May see another pinch hitter. Dwyer is on that bench for St. Louis. Here comes an 0-1 to Robinson. The bunt. Perfect.
Oh,
base hit.
What a blueprint. Right on the grass. If it doesn't stay on the grass, perhaps it squirts foul.
Robinson was in the next county by the time Kemp got the ball at first base.
He was making his turn at first.
May have injured himself.
Now Tony La Russa out to talk to Robinson. Did not look like it was a hamstring or anything. Perhaps jammed a heel going into first base. I guarantee you one thing. Mark McGwire's got a bat somewhere in the dugout. Somewhere.
Well, all of these major league dugouts now, or at least most, have a hitting cage area off to the side. McGwire's not in the dugout. Maybe at least getting loose. Leadoff man is on. St. Louis with a chance here in the ninth inning, down 5-3. Renteria will be the hitter.
May be premature to talk about McGwire, but he is a low ball hitter, and Kim, to be effective, has to keep the ball down.
Tying run at the plate, Renteria. Homered his last time up. Wow. That has got to disturb Bob Brenly. There are wild pitches, and then there's that.
I tell you, in my view, the reason it should disturb Bob Brenly is when a hitter sees a pitch this far outside, it was only wide by about 4 feet. A hitter doesn't look for that pitch anymore. All you look for is a fastball. That was a slider about 4 feet outside. So if you're the hitter, forget that pitch.
Renteria 2 for 2 in his career against Byung-Hun Kim. There's the fastball. 87 miles per hour in the count 1-1. Doesn't rely on tremendous velocity, just a different arm angle, and it's tough for these hitters to get a good look at it. Robinson, a bunt single down to second on a wild pitch, and strike 2 over the outside corner.
Again, a fastball.
That pitch isn't working.
That's the slider attempt. That was about a foot high. The other one 4 feet wide. Outfielders reminded in this situation, do not take the bait. Do not try to throw home and get Robinson. Throw the ball to second base on a base hit.
The 2-2. Just threw his bat at it. The bat ends up beyond the mound, and the ball ends up back in the screen as a foul ball.
Another spinner.
Cardinals with 8 pitchers out in their bullpen. Have a limited bench. They have Bonilla left, Marrero, and McGuire. Robinson at second, nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Renteria. This game 3 sets up the rest of this series. The pitching matchups tomorrow and in game 5 if necessary. 3-2.
Kim is having a tough time from the stretch. The runner on at second base means nothing. If I'm Bob Brenly, I tell him to wind up. Who cares if he goes to third? If you want to wind up, wind up. Because he has had a ton of trouble throwing that slider for a strike from the stretch.
Here's a 3-2 to Renteria. The tying runs are on with nobody out. And Bob Brenly has got to be concerned with the way Byung-Hyun Kim is throwing the ball.
With nobody up for the Diamondbacks. And Mike Matheny talking to third base coach Jose Oquendo. The bunt is in order. It would take a lot of courage to put a hit run on right here with this hitter. This is almost as automatic as Womack bunting in the top half of the ninth.
I wonder how a guy like Kim, who throws submarine style, is to handle as a guy up there to bunt.
Easier to bunt a submariner because he keeps the ball down where you're trying to bunt the ball.
Strike 1. Well, last night at Yankee Stadium, you used the phrase guts of a burglar. It would take guts in that category for Tony La Russa and the Cardinals to switch off, but the Diamondbacks are asking for trouble with Matheny swinging the bat with these infielders moving all over the place.
Yep, perhaps that's why Damian Miller's going out to the mound now. Good play also right here is to bring the third baseman in and again give the runner on at second, third base. Throw the ball to second base as though there were nobody on. You have a 2-run lead. The runner at second is insignificant. It doesn't matter. Play the game like he weren't on second base.
The problem is, in this situation, Renteria is able to get such a big lead with Grace playing so far in front of him.
But if you bring the third baseman and first baseman in, he may get a big lead, but you just go to second base with the ball.
No balls, 1 strike. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we have certainly had plenty to talk about here tonight.
This is a very entertaining game.
At least for us.
Yeah.
And these fans now are back in it after a disastrous top of the 7th.
Joe, just to explain that play, it's a play designed when a team is exactly 2 runs ahead. The lead runner is insignificant. The trail runner is the tying run.
The bunt is a foul ball. Foul ball and strike 2 on Matheny. Brenly's going to argue that he could not have had a very good view of that ball.
You see the line right there is rubbed out. It's very difficult for an umpire to make a call because there's no line to tell whether it's fair or foul. See, there's no line near there. If the ball hit him when he was out of the box, he's out. But clearly that ball was foul. You could see the line enough to know it was foul.
Well, Matheny has not looked good at all trying to bunt Kim.
Now if he bunts it foul, obviously it's a strikeout.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. 5-3 Arizona in the ninth. Right down the middle, and Matheny strikes out. Does not advance the runners, and it's first and second, 1 out, and a huge out for Arizona. You want a little more drama? Here comes McGuire off the bench, representing the winning run. Mark McGuire, who had 29 home runs during the regular season, out of a total of 56 hits. An overall average of 187. And for a guy who has hit 583 career home runs, his confidence is low. Two on with 1 out.
So is his hitting ability. Low ball hitter.
Strike 1.
We said we knew he had a bat somewhere. You were right, Joe. It was in the tunnel.
Quickly an 0-2 count.
Normally, teams would play Mark to pull and put the shift on. Craig Counsell, the second baseman, was to the right of second base on the first 2 pitches. You have to take the possibility of the double play into consideration. And it would be tough for Counsell to make the double play if he's on the left side of second base.
So 2 on with 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes on McGuire with Vigna, the next scheduled hitter. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nearly caught the outside corner. Winning run at the plate for St. Louis. Tying runs on. 9th inning, game 3. 2-2. McGuire stays alive as he just got a piece. Leadoff bunt single, a wild pitch, a walk to Renteria. Matheny struck out trying to bunt. And McGuire is pinch hitting for Cairo, representing the winning run. That is a fair ball. Bobbled, thrown, double play, and the Diamondbacks win game 3. Matt Williams made the play, 5-3 to end it. A crazy night in St. Louis, and the Diamondbacks have it set up the way they want. Up 2-1 with Albi Lopez scheduled to pitch tomorrow against the 21-year-old rookie Bud Smith.
Harry Robinson almost beats the play at third base. The ball juggled by Williams, bobbled there, steps on the bag, and completes a double play. What a ball game.
For more information on today's game and for the